Hi, I'm Brian Canone from FitnessSalesTraining.com, and I'm here with Kathy Savage from KathySavageFitness.com. So, Kathy, when you started off as a personal trainer, if you consider yourself, like when you first started, is that what you considered yourself?
Yeah, I did. I actually started back in the late 80s. Yes, I'm old. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but in the late 80s I started teaching aerobics, actually, and in several clubs. And just through teaching aerobics, I kind of established relationships with all the gym owners. And when I became certified to be a trainer, I was actually pretty lucky. I kind of struck up a deal with them where I just worked independently. I didn't work for the actual gym. I've never done that. I just kind of worked independently and rented space from the prospective gym that I was at. So that's kind of how I started. General public, and then progressing over to competitive athletes. So that's where I started, just in the gym, renting space.
Now you have a target market though. Did you decide, at first you were training just everybody in the club, like ladies you said, just women?
Yeah, I did. I trained those normal women that you see doing aerobics classes who wanted a little bit more. I always made sure that my aerobics classes were personal. I always went up to them and told them how great they look and really established relationships with them. Now you got to remember, this is the late 80s, early 90s when you'd have 60, 70 people in a class, so it was great. And then from there, that's where I got most of my clients. So they would take my aerobics class and then they would train with me. So they ranged from 18-year-old kids in college to 50-year-old women who just wanted to get in good shape. So, and then of course gradually the competitive athletes would come on after I competed. So it just ranged. It ranged from everything. So you name it, I've trained it.
When did you decide to make that switch? Like, did your clientele start building after you competed in a show, and then they started coming to you? Like, how did that happen?
I made the switch when I realized I needed a niche, and I did not want to be a regular personal trainer without a niche, and I think that's really important for trainers to think about after they have some experience. What makes you unique? What do people go to you for? So what I did was I made that decision, and it was risky, to kind of stop training the regular people of the world and focus on the girls who competed in fitness shows and figure and bikini shows. So what happened was I kind of cornered that whole market because I made it a niche and people knew me for that and that alone. So the other population I kind of said goodbye to because I really wanted to focus on this population, not unlike what other trainers do when they specialize in women over 40 or injury-related clients. So it's not really any different. I just chose that specialty.
Well, you liked it too, though, because you competed in a show.
I loved it, and the sport was so new, and there was really nobody coaching or doing anything on that level. So it was just kind of a niche that kind of came to me after I competed and realized that there was a lack of professional coaches to bring these girls to a different level above the norm of an average gym goer who just wanted to be healthy. So
that's good. So find your niche is the main thing now.
Find your niche and make that switch, because I think just like in business, you have to see what you're good at and you have to promote that. Otherwise, you're going to be one of the many trainers just at that gym looking for business. If you identify with one particular group, market that group and become an expert with that group, and you will go a lot further than you would if you were just, I think, a general public trainer.
Okay. So that's it. KathySavageFitness.com is where you want to go and check that out.
Yeah.
And so thank you.
You're welcome.